Colin Powell, former Secretary of State, has died of COVID complications. This story is creating sort of an intersection of historical revisionism when it comes to Colin Powell and his role in foreign policy when he was Secretary of State. This is causing anti-vaxxers to come out of the woodwork and say Powell was vaccinated and he died, meaning the vaccine doesn't work. Why bother and get the vaccine? And it is coming at a time where we are really wondering what is the future of this pandemic. So let's talk a little bit about one article on this, and then we're going to look at some clips. CNN writing, Colin Powell, military leader, first Black U.S. Secretary of State, dies after complications from COVID-19. His family announced this on Facebook. He was 84. General Colin Powell, former U.S. Secretary of State and chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, passed away this morning due to complications from COVID-19. The family wrote on Facebook, noting he was fully vaccinated. We have lost a remarkable and loving husband, father, and a great American. George W. Bush said in a statement today, Powell was a great public servant who was such a favorite of presidents that he earned the Presidential Medal of Freedom twice. Highly respected home and abroad, a family man and a friend. Though Powell never mounted a White House bid, he was sworn in as Bush's Secretary of State in 2001. He became the highest ranking Black public official to date in the country, standing fourth in the presidential line of succession. So this is, I won't lie and say this is not a controversial figure in some sense. Colin Powell, still haunted by Iraq and his participation in making that bogus false case with nonsense intelligence for going into Iraq in 2003. That's probably the worst of Colin Powell's legacy. The good is that Colin Powell did not get pulled in by the Trump cult, and even prior to that, did not get pulled in by the right-wing xenophobia racism cult when it came to President Barack Obama. So let's look at what was maybe one of Colin Powell's best moments, saying, hey, guys, it's not just about whether Barack Obama is a Muslim because it's being used as a slur, but it's also if he were, then so what? This is maybe Powell's best moment.
I'm also troubled by not what Senator McCain says, but what members of the party say. And it is permitted to be said such things as, well, you know that Mr. Obama is a Muslim. Well, the correct answer is he is not a Muslim. He's a Christian. He's always been a Christian. But the really right answer is, what if he is? Is there something wrong with being a Muslim in this country? The answer is no, that's not America. Is there something wrong with some 7-year-old Muslim American kid believing that he or she could be president? Yet I have heard senior members of my own party drop this suggestion. He's a Muslim and he might be associated with terrorists. This is not the way we should be doing it in America.
So that's maybe Colin Powell's best. Now, Colin Powell's maybe worst was participating in making that case for war in Iraq based on intelligence. It seems pretty clear they knew to be faulty. Take a listen.
My colleagues, every statement I make today is backed up by sources, solid sources. These are not assertions. What we're giving you are facts and conclusions based on solid intelligence. I will cite some examples, and these are from human sources. Orders were issued to Iraq's security organizations as well as to Saddam Hussein's own office to hide all correspondence with the Organization of Military Industrialization. This is the organization.
And the rest, as they say, is history. And that was a big factor in making the case for going into Iraq, one of the greatest foreign policy blunders of recent decades. So a complex figure. And of course, we wish his family nothing but the condolences and thoughts that we would when someone has lost a loved one, but a politically complex guy. Now, in terms of the vaccination, there are people who are going to say this and they're going to say, see, why get vaccinated? Colin Powell was fully vaccinated and he still died from complications from COVID. Remember, Colin Powell was 84 years old, a very, very high risk group. As we know, no vaccine is 100%. And we have seen a very small number proportionally, but we have seen some so-called breakthrough deaths. What we should be saying in reaction to this is, wow, it is way more common to die when you're not vaccinated at any age. I should get vaccinated. You look at public hospitalization data. We just got some recent data from the UK, which is why I mention it. 84% of hospitalizations in the UK were unvaccinated. Only 0.5% of COVID deaths in the UK were fully vaccinated. And so while this does happen statistically, and it just so happens that Colin Powell is now one of those in that group, you are overwhelmingly protected from hospitalization and from death if you get vaccinated. So the message should be, wow, it's newsworthy because it is so rare statistically that fully vaccinated people die. This really reinforces the importance of the vaccine. So that's the mathematically accurate takeaway that we should get from this particular situation. Send me your thoughts. You can find me on Twitter at dpacman. Tomorrow is the live viewer town hall. Tomorrow, Tuesday, October 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing a wide open phone lines town hall. It will stream live on the new YouTube channel, Pacman Live. If you look for it on Twitch, if you look for it on the main YouTube channel, you won't see it. It is only on the new YouTube channel, Pacman Live, 6 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. I hope that you will join me.